welcome to North Texas Talks with Jim Austin and Anita Heiskell. I am Anita Heiskell.
And I, of course, am Jim Austin.
And we want to welcome everyone here with us today. Remember, North Texas Talks, we talk to people all through the North Texas community, as well as all over the United States. We want to talk with people who are doing things in the community and people that are moving forward, and we want to share that information with you. North Texas Talks with Jim Austin and Anita Heiskell will be on every Thursday morning at 10:30 a.m.
And if you'd like to come by and be part of the audience, we're at 2201 Dottie Lynn Parkway, Suite 139. And you can come by. The coffee's always hot.
Always hot.
Yeah, and you can get a free bottle of water, until we get some other things that we can give away. You come on by. So today we're having a lot of fun. And we have a very good friend of mine that I've known probably 20 years or more, but he moves around town, he makes things happen, and he's our special guest today.
Yes.
And you want to say what his name is?
Yes, we have Greg Heitzman. Greg Heitzman of Performing Ads, and then we're going to talk a little bit more about some other things that he's doing. But Greg, thank you so much for being here with us
thank
today.
you. It's a pleasure to be with you guys this morning. Thank you very much.
And he's a businessman.
Yes.
And he's a salesman too.
And he's a salesman, yes.
So when we know you're chairman of the board of Jubilee Theater.
Yes.
And I thank you for calling my name, but you noticed that I bought an ad in your performance booklet.
Yes. And so we want to talk a little bit to Greg. Greg started out with performing ads, and then he moved from performing ads to What's Up Fort Worth. But Greg, why don't you tell us a little bit about what you do, and let's start out talking about performing ads.
Okay. Well, originally I'm a radio broadcaster, was in the radio business for 35 years.
Okay.
And then back in 2016, I had an opportunity to purchase performing ads from another Greg Ricks here in Fort Worth.
I remember.
And he's still doing very well. And so really the concept of performing ads is that we offer the playbill production for all the live theaters in Fort Worth. All of them are nonprofit organizations. So we
look at this one. Sister Act for Jubilee. You did that, right?
That's right.
Awesome.
At Bass Hall. And I was just so impressed because, Jubilee Theater is about 250. Bass Hall holds 2,000 people.
That's right.
And I understand they sold out
every
show.
That's right.
So the value of what I spent with you went up, I guess that'd be 8 times.
Yeah, for that.
As far as people
seeing
the show.
Obviously Jubilee, some of their runs will be 30-day runs. So you've got 30 days of attendance. But really the concept is very simple. The theaters years ago when Greg started the company, they had a hard time with that added expense. And it's a very important part of the theater process for the patrons. So he came up with the idea that we continue and that we do the production of the playbills absolutely free, no cost to the theaters. And then the stipulation is that we then offer advertising to local advertisers. And so we keep the advertising revenue.
And so the revenue from the advertising that you acquire goes to you.
That's
and
right.
And then the playbills and everything is free to the organization.
That's right.
Awesome.
And it's still 100% their program. They can still have their sponsors, all the right content, as many pages as they need, but we take full responsibility for that. So we just hope that we can obviously bring in enough revenue to pay for each playbill. And we do that for, starting with Jubilee. And then the other theater in the Sundance Square area would be Circle Theater. Then we have Casa Mañana Theater, which has both the Children's Theater and the Broadway series.
Okay.
We'll do all the programs for TCU's theater and dance for their fine arts department. We'll go to Theater Wesleyan, the Texas Wesleyan campus. Then we go in the South Side, we do Sage West and Amphibian. Up in Grapevine, we'll do a Runway Theater. And that's about it. And then as an aside, we also represent all the publications at Bass Hall.
Okay.
So if someone, just as an example, They appreciate the presence they've got in Jubilee and Circle Theater, and they want to expand it to Bass Hall. Then we help them with that. We're a partner for the Bass Hall publications.
Well, you say that's it, but I tell you, that's a lot. I mean,
It is a lot.
Yeah, it seems like you guys have got plenty of business. And with me being the president of the board of the Jubilee Theater, we really appreciate the work that you guys do on our playbills because they're always excellent.
Well,
and
thank you.
We really appreciate that. And then knowing that you're working with other theaters as well, you have all that experience. Now, how long have you been doing this?
We purchased Performing Ads in 2016. So
Okay.
we've been doing it this will be about 8 years.
Okay.
Well, and I appreciate you saying that. We appreciate the partnerships that we have with the theaters.
Mhm.
It's great for us
Absolutely.
as well.
Absolutely. Did you guys struggle at all during the time of COVID?
Oh my goodness.
So that's a good question, isn't it?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
I don't know if we have enough time.
Yeah, tell us a little bit about how that affected your business and affected you all.
We did, and really, there's two different sides to it because it affected Performing Ads and What's Up Fort Worth in different areas. For Performing Ads, obviously, as you know, all the theaters shut down, so everything that we did just came to a screeching halt. You know, we didn't have any revenue because all the ads that were scheduled for that season were at a halt as well.
Right.
But on the other hand, you know, we weren't producing anything. So as the theater slowly came out of it, then the first thing they wanted was just digital programs, you know, which we offered. We still laid them out, designed them, we just didn't get them printed. And then we offered a really a neat platform called Flipping Book, where it automatically flips when you turn the page digitally. And then eventually, probably in 2021, maybe midway through 2021, some of the theaters started saying, we think we're ready for the printed playbills again. The patrons were from the get-go. They didn't, during COVID, when it was very, when we were right in the thick of it, nobody wanted anything printed. But once the theaters got started and got into a rhythm again, the patrons wanted the printed. That's one, you know, with print going down, print publications going down, magazines and so forth, newspaper readership and everything declined. The one that's pretty stable are theater programs because people, they get in the theater,
they want it.
They get their program. They're told to turn off their cell phones.
So they're flipping through
they're
it.
stuck with it.
Yes.
Well, how long did COVID affect your business?
It probably affected us. Obviously, the 2020 season was a total wash. And then 2021, we came back maybe about 50 or 60%. So 2022 was probably our first full year back. And the good thing about that timing was when by the time 2022 rolled around and COVID was still on our mind, but it was definitely in the rearview mirror, the theater patrons, they really wanted to get back in the theaters. And so the theater attendance was at all-time highs that first year. And new theater patrons were found because people were looking, once they were back out in the community, they wanted to do things again. And so it came back stronger.
So you knew to pivot.
We had to
pivot. As an entrepreneur, you know, we've talked about this, is knowing how to pivot.
Right.
You know, and go in a different direction. Don't be embarrassed, just so you want to sustain your business. So you and I have been knowing each other for quite a while.
Yes, we have.
And I realized that as we work with each other through our systems, and thank you for supporting my museum by having an ad in your What's Up Fort Worth.
Oh, you bet.
Yeah, sure. and you know, giving tickets away. So let's talk about What's Up Fort Worth.
Okay.
You know, because that's a big thing. If you do not subscribe to What's Up Fort Worth, you need to, because it comes out every Wednesday, fiercely there, letting you know what's up. And you have some king size events from Colonial and you know the stock show. You're letting everybody know what's up Fort Worth.
That's right.
You know.
Well, and I appreciate you mentioning that your museum's on the website and included in our e-blast. What that makes me want to follow up with is that, you know, we don't offer or we don't ask for any payment for events listed on our website. And the reason we do that, we really do want to be the one source for everything that's going on in Tarrant County. And we didn't feel like we could do that if we asked for events to be
Yes,
on
sir.
our website. So if someone has an event, they can submit an event on the website. There's a very easy tab on the top right of our homepage, and they can do that anytime for free. A good example of that is that I got a call yesterday from Levitt Pavilion, Arlington, and the executive director there called me, and she said, I want to know who's responsible for getting our listing on your e-blast each week. We've been noticing it. We didn't know who put it on there. And that's what we do. If it's a relevant event in Fort Worth, we will automatically put it on our website. If we don't know about it, then we hope that the organization will submit it for free.
Does the event have to happen in Fort Worth though? Because the Levitt is in Arlington.
In Arlington, well, Tarrant County.
Okay.
We
okay.
follow, and even our calendar also has events at American Airlines Center in Dallas.
Okay.
So the good thing about the website is that it shows the area of town. So if someone's looking for something specifically in Arlington, they're going to find
it. Okay, well that's
right.
great. I'm glad you said that, because when I hear what's up Fort Worth, I think all of the the activities have to happen in Fort Worth.
That's right. Well, and so it's really, we basically cover Tarrant County, but it's not unusual to find an event in Dallas, Mesquite, Denton,
Weatherford.
Weatherford
You covered the Weatherford Peach Festival.
That's right.
Which was a great event. So I'm telling you, all nonprofits, anybody that's got something going on, email Greg and get it in his calendar, because what's that magical word? Free.
Free.
Now, Greg, what is the deadline? So you said people can submit online, and if you can tell us what the email address is or the website that they can go to, what is the deadline? What is the soonest that they can have it in by a certain time in order for it to be published?
Okay. Yeah, the website's very simple. It's just whatsupfortworth.com. Everything's spelled out.
Okay.
And then at the top right of the homepage, you'll see a tab that says Submit an Event. If you when you submit an event, it goes straight to a portal where we'll see it that day. So if you had an event even this weekend and you submit an event today, it could be on the website later on today.
Okay. So it works fast.
It works fast. It's a fast
So not
process.
only in your newsletter, the other important is your website.
Is on the
It's
website.
how many people are hitting your website to know what's going on.
That's right.
Okay.
Yeah, the e-blast really is what drives everything to the website.
Okay.
We have 20,000 people are on the database, and so 20,000 people get that each week, and that helps them get to the website and kind of navigate through what they're looking for.
And then also, too, when you put your event in there, is there a place where you can upload photos or flyers, or is it just the event?
Right. No, it'll have it'll ask you for obviously the name of the event, any information, the date and time of the event. It'll ask you for an image that will go along with it, and then what area of town, again, because there is a category, and then what category of event it is, whether it's live music, theater, sports. So you can choose all those when you submit the event.
Okay, so this is a great resource, and people need to know about it, and it's free.
Yeah,
right. And you heard about it on North Texas Talks. Let me get in here.
North Texas Talks with Jim Austin and Anita Heitzman. But Greg, I also want to just say this one last thing is you went from performing ads to What's Up Fort Worth.
That's right.
Now, how did that come about?
Okay, that's a great question. So about a year, I'd had What's Up Fort Worth, performing ads rather, for about a year.
Okay.
And that following May, the process for performing ads was that the majority of the advertising sales is done in the summer months. And so once the season started, we can still add advertisements at any time, but most of it, 90% of it was already done. So I realized that I had a little bit of extra time at that time that I could do something else. I was looking for another platform that wasn't a brick and mortar, something that would be easy to start. My wife and I would always look for live music in Fort Worth. So we'd go online and we'd do a Google search for live music. And the first 5 or 10 results were some national website for events that had nothing to do with Fort Worth, didn't have anything about Fort Worth on it. And so it was a frustrating thing. So I thought, what about a website specifically for Fort Worth?
That's great.
And so the first thing I did was just started my own blog. And I was just going to people that were already friends of mine on Facebook or connections on LinkedIn. So there was about maybe 3,000 total. And so I just put a really simple, I say e-blast, but it was a blog that was prepared. And I sent to those people every week from probably May of 2017 through December. And by December hit, we had about 6,000 followers instead of the 3,000. So we'd grown. And so that's when we decided to build a website. And the website was built and rolled out in February of 2018.
Wow.
And so since then, we've grown since then. We do promote we produce one event a year called Fort Worth Burger Week. And I'll tell you how that came about. My wife and I were traveling to Nashville. We pulled up the Nashville website to see what was going on that week. And they had Nashville Burger Week, where they were offering $5 burgers at 30 or so restaurants. And it was a charity type event. And so I did a little more research. I called Nashville. I called about 5 other cities that had it. And then I checked with Tarrant Area Food Bank and some other philanthropic. And we decided to roll out Fort Worth Burger Week in 2019. And so the concept is this. So the restaurants pay $150 to participate. That money goes directly to the Tarrant Area Food Bank. And then we asked them to offer a discounted burger. At that time, it was $5. This year, it was $7. But so restaurants like Fred's Texas Cafe, Rogers Roundhouse, City Works, they sell their burgers for anywhere from $10 to $15. They're offering a burger for $7 this year, and then we promote it. And then again, so the money they give us goes straight to Tarrant Area Food Bank. And we do it in August of every year. So we just completed it, and we do it in August because that's a very slow time for restaurants. Summer's over, people are back from vacations, school's about to start. And so restaurants will tell you that's one of their slowest times of the year. So it helps restaurants at a slow time of year. It helps Tarrant Area Food Bank with a great donation. By the time we finish, we offer them some of the sponsorship money that we receive. And then it helped us with just a different thing for us to brand What's Up Fort Worth. So it was really a good thing for us to try. And then it's grown each year. So this year we had 32 restaurants.
Wow. It sounds like a great thing, but I just love what you do. I love the process of how it came about and all the great things that you're doing. I'm going to tell you the truth. I didn't know how What's Up Fort Worth operated.
Sure.
But I'm going to tell you, you're going to see a lot of things coming from me for advertising of things about what's going on in Fort Worth. So, Jim, what do you have?
Greg, it was our pleasure. You know,
I
mean, time just flows right through, and we got the clock up there, and you coming in. You're just coming to bring me my copy of my ad and sister ad, and I said, let's podcast you. And that's what Anita and I are trying to do, share information with our community. So your podcast was superior.
It was great.
Giving information that people in our community will know how to share their information through What's Up Fort Worth.
Right.
And
I appreciate it.
We have Greg Heitzman from Performing Ads.
Yeah.
And then we have him, the president of What's Up Fort Worth. And Greg, before we sign off, can you give us a little bit of how people can contact you? A quick email address, phone number, or whatever they may need to get in touch with you.
Sure. Well, I hate to offer 2 different email addresses, but I will anyway. For Performing Ads, whether you're a theater or whether you'd like to advertise, a good email would be just greg.heitzman, spelled out right there on the screen, at performingads.com.
Easy.
And then for What's Up Fort Worth, very simply, just greg@whatsupfortworth.com.
Awesome.
But it has been a pleasure meeting with you guys this morning, visiting. Thank you very much for helping spread the word about What's Up Fort Worth and Performing Ads to your followers.
Well,
it's greatly appreciated.
We need to know this information, and we greatly appreciate you and what you do.
Thank you.
And you are a superior businessman in our community and so respected by the community. And I'm just glad to call you friend.
Well,
So when I
feelings
told
mutual. Thank you.
Anita about you and
Yes.
you about Anita, y'all said, well, we don't really know each other.
I know him, but I
Yeah.
don't know him.
Know
But
him.
now I've met him in person, so
Yeah.
that's great.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So we'll see you around town. We're going to walk down
We
the
will.
hallway. We're at the Jim Austin Studios, but we're going to go to the other side of the building and let you learn a little bit about the National
That's what I've been looking
Multicultural
forward to.
Western
Awesome.
Heritage
Thank you.
Museum.
Well, we want to thank you all for tuning in to see us today. Greg Heitzman, President, What's Up Fort Worth, and the President of Performing Ads. Thank you. We'll see you again next Thursday at 10:30 a.m. North Texas Talks with Anita High School.
And Jim Austin.
Thank you, everyone. Bye.
Bye.